Hey everybody, welcome back to Great It's Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well, keeping out of mischief. This is another one of those glorious tarot readings of the Christmas Advent Calendar variety. Yes, if you're new here, there is a playlist down below. You can catch up on all the days of our mystery people. Very, very nice indeed. This is a controversial reading in this humble abode over here. Mainly, we'll normally pad it out, but let's just get straight to it. It's Justin Timberlake, right? So we're doing that because Indoors keeps reminding me that we are a Britney household, and we and we skip past any Justin Timberlake music that comes up on the Spotify or whatever music app they're using. It mainly in the car, right? And we just like, nope, that's it. We're not skip instantly. That and Sam Smith is the other one. We instantly just skip past. Put down in the comments down below. Is there any artist that you instantly skip? Not necessarily because they're, you don't really particularly like their music or anything like that. It's more the fact that they're shenanigans outside of the doobly-doo, outside the industry. That would be just to catch up, just have a little bit of shenanigans. I also thought it'd be funny to do Justin Timberlake on the Friday 13th. Just why not? So just to catch up, obviously, as you know, we are a Britney household now, and so what he did to Britney is just unforgivable. And also he got arrested for drink driving in New York and all that kind of thing. That's as much as I know. That's as much. So yeah, I just found it interesting. I wanted to find out like what is his 2025 going to be like. That's basically it. This is me being nosy more than anything else. Just being nosy. So if you enjoy this sort of shenanigans, please thummy like. Also, you can subscribe and dingling that bell if you don't already. And comment down below and flirt outrageously. That's what it's there for. So, also, new toy, new thing. We've got Instagram. I forget to mention it. Just between you and me, my dears, because it's just obviously the core group seem to be using and doing the Christmas Advent calendar. If this was an actual business, this would have ended weeks ago because Youtube hates this ongoing saga of the Christmas Advent calendar. So we can just talk. It's just us core people. It's us little people. So each I've been thinking and reflecting and kind of meditating and all that kind of malarkey, all that pompous stuff about what to do on each social media outlet. Okay. And on Instagram at the moment, and we're going to be doing reels later on and stuff like that with TikTok and all that crud. But at the moment, the actual posts over on Instagram are kind of inspirational reflection moments. Okay. One each day, pumping out just to have a bit of fun and all that mischief. So if that's something you're interested in, there's a link on the channel. You can go and check it. I don't know if it's a link down below, but I haven't checked. I'm recording right now. I haven't checked it. I'm busy right now. I can't check for you. You can check if you want, but I can't. Right. I'm busy. I'm trying to do a 2025 prediction right now. I'm busy. So let's have a look. For great is good for all concerned. Thank you. Right, Justin Timberlake. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ooh, summer seems to be okay. Autumn's reasonably good. Winter. Okay, overarching energy, truth, knowledge, wisdom, Ace of Swords. Okay, underlying energy. The Judgment card, my sweet peas. It is the truth, knowledge, and wisdom again. I feel like history is going to repeat itself in summer. He's got to genuinely build bridges. He's tried to ignore it. He's tried to and do stuff I know that he's been kind of making sly comments in his during his live tour and stuff like that this year about Britney, free Britney. But it feels like in the summertime, it is going to be a bit, controversial again. Finds happiness back there. Anyway, let's just start with the spring and go on from there. I'm just kind of. This is what normally happens. I'm in a weird mood. Can you tell? What normally happens when I do the readings and stuff like that? It's just to myself. It's like, oh, really? That another. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I need to tell people. This is the whole purpose of this video. For goodness, for Pete's sake, So. So I'm just see what I mean. I'm in a weird mood, right? So Queen of Cups and the Magician in springtime. Now, this feels as if happy home kind of hermity. I know it's not hermity cards, but it's got that kind of energy that he's really enjoying being off grid. Kind of enjoying his family time. He's got a few ideas of possibilities of projects for the year, but generally it's kind of, I'm getting that energy of when and this is not an ageist thing at all, but when granddad, old fella kind of like goes down pottering in the garden, pottering in the shed, that kind of energy. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go like write a book, or I'm just gonna go pottering in the studio. I'm just gonna like, it's that kind of like just chipping away at things and kind of like practically semi-retired kind of energy. It's just like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm just gonna peruse the news. I'm just going to do this, that, and the other. It's that kind of energy, that kind of just like pottering. Overarching energy is the Fool card in this deck, which is all about looking for new horizons, new opportunities, and that. But like I said, it's just pottering, just like, oh, how about that? Just flirting with ideas. That is not what I was getting, energy-wise. Is the thing is with the pottering is with the fright card, it's almost like I don't want to put my head above the parapet kind of energy, which makes kind of sense then with all the pottering around, just like, oh, I'm just going to do this and all that, just for the amusement of it. It's just for the hobby of it. It's not. That's what I mean by pottering. It's like there's no kind of outlet for it. It's just because he enjoys kind of model trains and Hornby or whatever it may be. I don't know, right? But it's just like all this just like pottering and just enjoying and that kind of thing. But there is, with the Magician here, kind of like reviewing new projects and stuff. Someone's going to this is the hand of God kind of thing. This is kind of like giving an opportunity. Okay, you're gonna see what you can do. Kind of, okay, come back. You've been out in the cold for a year or so. Should be enough time. Come on back in. Let's see what we can do. It's that kind of thing. But he doesn't feel like he wants to leave his bubble. He's built this kind of bubble. He's built this place. He's built this thing, and he just doesn't. It just feels like he's happy just pottering around. That's what I mean. It's like going down the garden shed, just pottering. Yeah. So summertime, in the summertime. Every time I want to sing it. I'm not going to sing it because obviously it'll be so brilliant that copyright claims and all sorts. You know what I mean? It would just be embarrassing. Be like, no, it's not the original. It was me doing a cover ballad version of it. It was, yeah, I know. If you close your eyes, it's practically identical. I know. It's amazing. You believe that, you believe anything. So the Five of Wands and the Knight of Swords. This is the slapback of like giving this opportunity and go, all right, I'll come out to play a little bit longer. And it's like, no, you haven't been on the sidelines long enough yet. You haven't learned from your mistakes and all that kind of stuff, kind of public opinion kind of energy. So it's very much a situation where it's like, I told you so. I told this. Oh God, that's never happened like that before. Look at that. It's just. It looks quite impressive actually on the screen. It's like in real life, it's even better. It's like, wow, that's epic. It was almost as if they should be just like a little bit of just like fog, kind of mist, kind of smoke machine, just like, whoa, it's lovely. It's like, look, it's really quite high up. It's well done. It's quite impressive. Overarching energy is kind of thinking he wants to go back to where he was. He was quite happy pottering around, but he's got contracts to fulfill and things like that. It's that kind of energy. It's like, I don't wanna. It's over. It's done. It's that kind of thing. Especially in August. I keep saying August. In autumn. He's happy. He's back in. He's happy in his bubble again. He's happy. He's family life and pottering around and all that kind of thing. So I don't want to ruin that really. I just want to. People calling out the masks. Yeah. The many faces of Justin Timberlake quitting because he doesn't desire it anymore. It's like it's just not quenching his thirst anymore. The limelight and that kind of thing. I found coffee. Cheers. But it's that kind of feeling of people calling out the multiple masks and multiple faces of Timberlake, and that's it. It's over. It's like. It's one of those things that for somebody who's been in the industry this long, which must be like 20 years at this point, 25 years or whatever, you would have thought he had known how to get out of something like this. Do you know what I mean? You do the embarrassing, apologize. Let's go through it. You apologize instantly, pretty much. And cow down and bow down to the mainstream media, who was frightfully offended because it prints papers and makes money. But we're watching it in real time with Greg Wallace, aren't we? Then you go on an apology tour in the interviews kind of thing, 60 minutes, that kind of stuff. And then you wait a bit, and then you bring out kind of a kind of sweet song, or a ballad kind of thing, or you bring out a book, apologising, still kind of crawling over glass, and after the third step, you're kind of back to normal. Do you see? It's like this rinse and repeat at this point, and that's why the whole Greg Wallace thing is not going to plan for the mainstream media, because he's like, screw you, blah, blah, blah. In his mind, he hasn't done anything. And remember, these are readings for them. This is from their point of view, as it were. So it's very. I get people take it the wrong way, as it were, as if I'm like fanboying or something. But it's like, no, these are their readings. This is what they're going through. So Autumn. He's tried it, didn't work. He's back in his humble abode. Is kind of like, screw this. The thing is, though, and I mean this with a lot of respect and all that kind of stuff, he still thinks that he hasn't done anything wrong. Oh, we got footnote. Trap, playing the victim. Yeah, he's still thinking that is somehow it's all against him, outrageous, blah blah blah. It's like an arrogance kind of thing. It's like it doesn't make any sense. It's that kind of shenanigans. So can we have some information for Autumn, please? Right. Okay. Interesting. Luck, origin, bit planting. Yeah, he's back to happiness. He's found his fortune, i.e. back home doing his things. Feels as if, for some reason, I'm getting his illness out in the cold. Yeah. Back to kind of this is going to be weird, right? And this is very weird, and I know it's weird, and just you got to go with where the energy flows, you know. I'm being reminded of Cliff Richard. I know. Let's see what I mean. Weird, but bear with me. Because I'm being reminded of he was radio banned from playlists and stuff like that, Cliff Richard. Not Justin Timberlake. Well, I don't know yet, but I don't listen really to radio. But I'm more of a podcast boy. But the point is that Cliff Richard was, after Millennium Prayer or something like that, it's around that era, he was just blanket banned kind of from quite a lot of BBC stations and other stations and that kind of malarkey. And then, like, Cliff Richard released an album under a different name, and it got, like, blitzed, kind of airtime, lots of it, craziness. And then a couple of weeks later, he goes, "You don't know this is me, right?" And everyone then banned it again. And it's like, because everyone was praising it. It's like, "Oh, this is an amazing record. This is this, that, and the other. What a great album, blah, blah, blah." Blind test until he said it was him. And then it's just like, "No, it's not cool to like Cliff Richard. How dare he, blah, blah, blah." So we've got 3 of Cups indulgence. So it's like, is out in the cold. So it's like, screw it. This is really where I want to be anyway. This is where my real fortune is, planting the seeds of opportunity. Yeah, stop. Yeah. So he's indulging in his own little world. He's happy. But it's got that kind of energy of, like I said, some reason that, like the Cliff Richard album thing, I don't know if he's going to be kind of composing under a different name now and kind of producing music for people under a different name. But it's got that kind of Cliff Richard fake album or masquerading album, whatever you want to call it. That energy about autumn time. Yeah. So the 2 of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is the light bulb moment, the aha moment, the passionate new project. What I'm getting here is that someone's actually going to go, "Well, I want you to produce for me. You produce for me, do it under a different name for my album, you know, and do it that way." And I think that's where it's going. It can be produced in your bubble. It's absolutely fine. All that malarkey. Yeah. And I think this is trying to work it out how it's going to happen, because he's still contractually obliged to certain things. It's interesting that no one, even though he's quit quite quickly in summertime. In the summertime. He's still got certain obligations. He's still kind of got a situation where he's still got to tick those boxes. So I don't quite understand how it's going to work. I don't think he understands how it's going to work. Merit-making overarching energy here is humaneness and kind of calming down and kind of relaxing, finding kind of the morals of the situation. I feel like the Ace of Wands, okay, let's bring this back. The 2 of Pentacles is that what I was saying about the contract. I've got this contract, I'm still obligated, blah, blah, blah. I like this idea of like working more as an independent kind of producer type thing under a different name, blah, 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 whatever, right? We'll move that aside. The Ace of Wands, I feel, is finally kicking through the front and finally realizing it feels like a conversation, like a friend sitting him down and going, "Look, this is what's actually, you know," or "Do you really understand what's going on?" It's that kind of energy. And from that, he's kind of accepting it and coming back into stability after this kind of all over the place. And so the autumn thing feels short-lived in some respects, kind of this luck, this happiness. It feels a bit short-lived because then all of a sudden it's trying to work out how is this going to move forward. He's nowhere. The whole of 2025 for Justin feels very strongly like he isn't moving anywhere. He tries to, but his heart's not in it, and quite frankly, he's like, he knows it's going to fail, kind of malarkey, right? It's just like, I've just got to do it, blah blah blah. I'm a product at this point. That kind of energy, yeah. It's only until, and it does feel kind of last weeks of December 2025, so pretty much this time next year, does he finally get through that how his actions have affected other people, if that makes sense, and why the media, not mainly consumers, like our humble abode, have gone against him now, and it's just like, no, we just don't even want to like give him the residuals, the royalties, the money, any way, shape or form, you know. Because I believe if you skip in the first 4-5 seconds, he still doesn't get any money because it's like a playlist. You just skip, and it's just there you go. I'm being told to use the no, I'm not the Kipper deck. It was the prediction deck. Okay, they look so similar, and the image just flashed up in my mind to kind of go, "Oh, use them." No, okay, there we go. It feels better now. So yeah, I'm just being told to just use 3 or 4 of these for some reason, because it this whole, I don't know if it's an arrogance or not. This is the bit what's confusing me. I just think he's blinkered to it because he's just lives in his bubble. I think he's completely kind of business, farming, greater good, battleship, overarching energy, the flood, heavy weight, heavy burdens, right? Drowning. So yeah, this is the contract that we keep talking about. The farming industry just feels like kind of churning out music, that kind of stuff. The greater good, it's finally going to happen. He's finally going to go and have the light bulb moment of realizing how bad and how obnoxious his attitude has been over a period of time. And the battleship here, it feels as if his commitments, the farming and hold on. No, it is the music industry. It's just the industry in general. It's fascinating, really, because it's like all of what I'm really getting is that he is just trying to. He's not even trying to survive. He's just in his own little bubble. He doesn't get it. But no one stood up to him until this time next year. It feels like, where it finally dawns on him that this is not just a Britney thing. It's not just a this thing or a that thing. It's his attitude. It's his approach. He's been spoiled. It's now kind of like the emperor has no clothes kind of energy. If you get me, it's just it's finally being exposed. And that's the inner turmoil now that then like 2026, it feels like that's where he's finally going to like meet it head on, as it were. Interesting. Well, I'm finding it interesting anyway. So summertime is going to try and launch something on it. It just it's just like slap down. It's slap down. I don't know if it's a movie. The reason why I'm saying movie is because it's not an album. It's coming across as a soundtrack. So it's like, oh, it's some form of, he's a voiceover for, what is it? Not Smurfs, is it? What is it? Trolls. That's it. I knew it was something. I knew that some of them were blue. It was it's not another one of them coming out, is it? But I think it's just slammed, and people are just like, it just is in the constant fire. So, yeah, this is interesting because the warship feels like inner turmoil. Finally, he's working it out. He's finally kind of exposing his inner demons, as it were. Interesting. Well, if you enjoyed this, please thummy. That would be amazing. Like, there you go. Look at that. It just lights up every time I say like. Well, I don't know if you've done it again, but it'd be nice. I'm learning the new things on YouTube. It's lovely. And if you're new here, please subscribe and ding-a-ling that bell and comment down below any of your thoughts and stuff like that. But until next time, where we do this whole shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.